running has mentally healing qualities, but it also does have a very dangerous element as it can put a runner's life at risk due to the criminal element that does occupy our land. To help us talk about this, we've roped in someone who was attacked on the trail and knows all too well the dangers that lurk around the corner. Good morning to former Comrades winner Nick Bester. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Nick, now you manage one of the most successful running clubs in South Africa, so I do want us to start this conversation on the positive note. From a mental point of view, just talk us through some of the positives of running, whether it's done for competition or recreational purposes.
Well, I think, they always say in running, you could be a good runner if you use your head. To use your head is very difficult to explain to somebody, but it came back to that you must have a healthy mindset. And these days with the COVID that hit the world, a lot of people, they got anxiety, depression and stuff. So we took hands with SADC, South African Drug and Anxiety Group, that we encourage runners or people of all walks of life to try and work on their mental health, not their physical health, because your mental health is much more important than physical health. By doing physical activity, like I'm sitting here out in the forestry, MTO trails, I'm riding on my mountain bike, and that get my mind ready for the work and all the pressure of the life that's lying ahead, and you don't know what's going to happen today or how you're going to need it.
Now, Nick, for those that like going on a solo run, talk us through some of the dangers that exist in running alone, and perhaps also bring our viewers into your experience that you had when you were attacked on a run.
Yeah, you see, first to start off, my attacks, I've been attacked twice. Twice, it was 2010 and 2020. 2020 were a very bad one. I was left on a mountain, kind of dead, and they didn't expect me to get down the mountain. They tied me up, and but it was a little bit reckless from my side to train alone in the Magalies Mountains in Gauteng. So the best is to join a running group, to stay safe, to run with other people. Don't go alone. Join a running club in your vicinity. You know, the Nedbank running clubs is situated right across the country. In each province, you get a Nedbank running club that hosts weekly time trials, weekly long runs, weekly runs that you can meet up with other people, stay safe. They make sure you're running safe routes, and also the cars and the traffic is a problem for runners and cyclists. So join a group, and that also will help you with your mental state. You can mingle with people, you can talk with people, you can socialize, and you turn back home ready for the day.
And you do speak about running in a group, and other than it being safer, let's talk about, has law enforcement also come to the party in terms of trying to protect runners on the road?
Yeah, I think in some states, when they've got the resources, they do that. You know, in my case, when I was attacked in the Magalies Mountains, the police and the TMPD and the traffic department, everybody came together. And they put in a huge effort. You saw the photos now on the screen. And they caught the guys. And the guys that they caught that attacked me got 4 murders against them and 12 other attacks similar to mine. So they did a great job. But there's such a lot of crimes in Africa, such a lot of other stuff to do. So I think also you must look after yourself and tell your running club and your running groups, make a plan yourself to stay safe. And make sure that you're running groups and you protect each other, you're running safe routes, you're running on the pavement, you don't running in traffic, and so look after yourself is better than depending on the forces to protect you.
You talk about now avoiding the traffic. What advice would you have for runners that actually do have that anxiety of running early mornings or early evenings because of that traffic element?
Yeah, it is. You must find a safe place. Like I said, if you can join a running club, because normally a running club got a safe time trial route. I know all the Nedbank running clubs, they go out of their way to put up a safe time trial route. The time trial normally is a 4 kilometer or 5 or 8 or 10. And what they also do is they made it in loops. So you don't run one big loop, you run 3 or 4 smaller loops. So you can see the people of regular intervals. And that's the way to go. You know, stay safe, run safe routes, protect yourself, wear bright colors. Don't wear dark colors at night. Don't wear dark colors early in the morning. Yes.
Now, Nick, I cannot let you go without us touching on the year that the Muttoning Brothers showed the Comrades field a clean pair of heels. Talk us through that moment quickly.
Well, yeah, no, it was a crazy incident, you know. At that stage, I was going for my 10th gold medal. And I went through halfway and I thought to myself, I'm a little bit older now. I'm going to start slowly and then pick it up later and catch the guys the second half. So the second half, only 2 guys passed me. The one was Konstantin Santalov from Russia, and the other one was my teammate Jan van Rooyen. Nobody else passed me. And I was just picking up the guys, but unfortunately we left it a little bit too late and I finished 15th. But at the finish line, Niels Kaltoy came to me and told me that a guy flew past him at the 10K mark. And that guy looked so fresh. And he appealed against him, and that was Muttoning. And Muttoning never passed me. And I told Neil, it's strange. The Muttoning never passed me. And then Niels Kaltoy's appeal was rejected by the referees because they checked the match. There was only 2 or 3 matches on the 90 kilometer. And that is not enough to pick up the responder of the athlete. And then we investigated further, and we could get hold of photos where you could see clearly 2 different athletes in the same race number on Comrades route. And that is how they get caught. There was 2 brothers exchanging kit in toilets next to the road and next to the route. And then the one was taking a car, going to the next changeover point, take the vest off, take the shoes off. But what they didn't do is they got 2 different watches. The one watch was other color on the left-hand arm, and the other watch was another color on the right-hand arm. And then the one guy had a scar on his leg, and the other guy didn't have a scar, and so they were caught that day.
Nick, thank you so much for your time here this morning and for giving us some tips on keeping ourselves safe out on the road. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.